Hi, Kipsters. Happy Team Tuesday. I hope you're getting your head into the game so that you can continue learning today. Now, for Team Tuesday, I'm wearing a Chicago Cubs jersey. What are you wearing? I love that. Now, for today's lesson, we're going to get back to If You Give a Mouse a Cookie by Laura Numeroff. I absolutely love this book. Now, for today's lesson, you don't need anything except some pencil and paper if you want to draw along with me. Now, for today's lesson, you will be able to describe a connection between events. Now, a connection is how things are related. And an event is a thing that happens. And usually, something that happens is very important. Now, today, we're going to start by reading closely a few of our pages. If you give a mouse a cookie. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him milk, he'll probably ask you for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Now, we're going to stop reading right there, and we're going to talk about the things we're going to do today. Now, the first thing we do when we describe a connection between events is we find two important events in words or pictures. So that means we listen closely and we look carefully. Now, I want to think what happens in the text and what do the people do. Now, in the text, our little boy gives a mouse a cookie. And when he gives a mouse a cookie, other things keep happening because of that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to find clues in the words and pictures that tell about the two events. We look and we listen for action words. And then we look closely at the pictures that show what the people do. The last thing that we're going to do is we study the clues to put them all together. We think, are the events similar? Are they different? How are they connected? Do the events happen in a certain order? Now, we're looking closely at the pages that I just read. I noticed that the boy gives the mouse a cookie. When he gives the mouse a cookie, the mouse starts asking for other things. And there's even a mess that happens in the kitchen. So I'm thinking, what happens in the text? The boy gives the mouse a cookie. The mouse asks for other things. The boy has to make a mess because he's giving the mouse things that he wants. Now, I'm looking at clues. So I can look closely at the pictures. Here, when he's looking for the mouse's straw for the milk, the boy makes such a huge mess. That's something that happens. These events are connected. The mouse asks for things, and the boy has to look for them, and a mess is made. Now, we looked at the pictures, we listened carefully to the words, and then we think, how are the events same, different? How are they connected? I just told you how our events are connected. And let's look at my poster. You can draw one just like me, or you can draw a different one when we're finished with our text. Now, I'm thinking about connections between events. The first thing that happens is the boy gives the mouse a cookie. So I drew a picture of the mouse getting a cookie. But then, when he has a cookie, he wants some milk and he wants a straw. And the boy goes looking for the straw in his cabinets, but he makes a huge mess. So there are things inside the cabinets, things falling out, things all over the floor. So this is how events are connected. Now, I'm going to keep reading If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and I want you to think about how the events are connected. Then, he'll want to look in the mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks in the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim, so he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep it up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. Sounds like he's doing a lot of work. I would be tired too. Would you be tired? Now, while I'm reading, I want you to think about how the events are connected. You're listening carefully and you're looking closely at the pictures. So, what are some things that just happened in our text? Yeah, the mouse wanted to make sure that he didn't have a mustache, so he looks in the mirror and he says, I need a haircut. He makes a mess and he starts sweeping everywhere. Those are things that are connected. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So you'll read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited, he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means I noticed that the boy is spending so much time cleaning up after the mouse every time that he asks for something. So the mouse asks, and a mess is made. That's how events are connected. He'll ask for scotch tape. He'll hang up his drawing, and he'll stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty. So he'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. Now, we just finished reading our story. I want you to think about ways that things that happen in the text are connected, just like I told you throughout the text and at the beginning of the text. Once you think about ways that things are connected, you can draw it on your very own piece of paper, just like I did.